Everyone, myself is Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Today I am going to teach about functions. Function is a self-contained block of code that performs a specific task. It runs only when it is called and can be reused many times in a program. A function is a group of statements that takes input, process it, and may return a result. The function is large program becomes easier to understand when divided into smaller modules. The code can be reused multiple times without rewriting the same logic. Simplifies testing, debugging, and maintenance. Enhance teamwork by allowing multiple programmers to work on separate functions. We'll see the general form, the syntax of the function. Each and every function will have a return type, and next it will be followed by the name of the function, and a function can have any number of parameters or arguments. So within the open and close brace we have to specify the number of statement. It is said to be block of statements. The return type, it may be integer, character, float, or even void. Void means the function will not does not return any value. C++ program, the name of the function is add. It contains two integer arguments, integer a and b, and this function will return an integer value. Inside the function you are retaining the value of a plus b. After performing the addition of a plus b, it will return an integer value, so its return type is integer. The int is the return type, add is the function name, a and b are the parameters, return a plus b is the result. We'll see what is function overloading. Function overloading means allowing the multiple function with the same name but with different parameters list, type or number of parameters. Different parameters in the sense it may differ from the number of arguments or the type of the arguments. For example, the example program, the class name is addition. In that class we are having a function called add function. It contains only one argument, it integer argument, and its return type is integer. And we have another one function, the name of the function is add, which is similar to that of the first function, and it contains two arguments, whereas the first function contains only one argument, and the second function add, it contains two arguments, both are integer arguments, a and b, and its return type is also integer. So the first function return type is also integer, but the thing is that in the case of add, the first function contains only one argument. In the case of add second function, it contains two arguments, and both the function will return a value. Both are integer values. In function, we are creating the object for the function as addition. The object is a1. With the help of the object, we have to invoke the function add. The add function contains only one argument, and the add function, it contains two arguments. So we have two functions, but the name of the function is same. So this is known as function overloading. That is the based of depending upon the number of arguments and the type of argument, the function will be invoked. So the first we are calling the function a1 dot add of 6. So the function contains only one argument, that is 6, that is of integer type. So it will invoke the first function add of it will pass the 6 to the first function, so it will return 6 plus 0, which is 6. The second function call is a1 dot add of 4 comma 5. So the number of arguments is 2. So depending upon the number of arguments, it will invoke the second function, that is in the add of integer a comma integer b. So this 4 will be passed to the variable a, and this 5 will be passed to the variable b. So after performing the addition operation 4 plus 5, it will return the result as 9 to the main function, to the calling function. This is known as function overloading. So depending upon the number of arguments and the type of the arguments, the function will be invoked. The function is same, but depending upon the number of arguments and the type of the argument, the function will be invoked. This is known as function overloading. We will see inline function. The inline function is a function whose function call is replaced by the actual function code at compile time, thereby reducing the function call overhead and improving the execution of the program. The inline keyword tells the compiler to expand the function code at the point of the function call, which is especially useful for small and frequently used functions. Inline function is only a request, not a command. The compiler may choose or ignore it. The compiler may ignore the inline request if the function contains loops, recursives, or static variable, if it contains switch or go to statement, or it contains non-void function without a return statement. So it will not support when the function contains loop, recursion, static variable, switch or go to statement, and even non-void functions. The syntax for the inline function, this normal function, you know the syntax for the normal function, that is return type, function name, parameter list. So before that we have to include the keyword inline, the only difference of the inline function. So consider an example. The name of the class is addition. In that we are having an inline function, inline int add of integer a comma b. So this function will after performing the addition operation a plus b, it will return an integer value. So its return type is integer. Before that we have to prefix with the keyword inline. So in the main function we have to create an object for the addition. Let the object be a1. With the help of the object we have to invoke the add function. So this add function, it contains two arguments. We must pass two arguments, that is we are passing 10 comma 20 which will be assigned to the variable a and b in the function. So after performing the addition of 10 plus 20, it will return the result to the main function. What happens is, in compile time, when the function is called, what happen, it will expand the function code at the point of the, that is a function call is replaced by the actual function code at the compile. This will reduce the it will improve the efficiency of the program, that is speed of the function speed will be increased. Default argument allow a function to assign default values to parameters if no value is provided during the function. So when during the function call, if no value is assigned parameter, so it assign the default values, it will take the default value which is assigned. So here in the case of the syntax of the function is return type, function name, within we have to specify the parameter. For example, a class name is addition, where we are having the function within the public specifier. Since we are going to access the function in the, so we have to declare the or define the function under the specifier public. Okay, what the actually this function add is going to do, we are having two integer a, integer b equal to 5. So actually a is a variable and b is assigned with the value of 5 or initialized with the value of. So this function will after adding a plus b, it will return the integer. So in the main function we are creating an object for the class for addition. So with the help of the object we are invoking the function. So add of 10. So you know that the function add contains two arguments, both are integer arguments, but here we are only one value is passed to the function add. So what happens, actually the value 10 will be assigned to the variable a, but we are not passing any value for the second one, that is b. So automatically what happens, it will take the default value which is equal to 5. So b is equal to 5. So after performing the addition, that is 10 plus 5, it will return the result 15 to the main function, that is the calling function, that is first one, 10. So next function call is add of 10 comma 20, that is a dot add of 10 comma 20. What happens, we are during the function call we are passing two arguments. So the 10 will be assigned to the variable a and 20 will be assigned to the variable b. So it won't take the default value because we are passing the value here. So it will assign 20. So after performing the operation, addition operation 10 plus 20, it will return the result 30 to the calling function add of 10 comma 20. So the output of this program is, first one is 15 and the second output is, this is all about the functions. Here we have seen about the default arguments, inline function and function overloading. So this is all about the functions. We will see the next concept in the next class. Thank you.